Hello my friends, welcome to this channel. If you want to know how to get rid of nasty insects that eat our plants and damage them, this video is for you. Today we're talking about thrips, their appearance, life cycle, their damage to the houseplants, how to spot them and how to get rid of them. Maybe you have seen my previous videos how I was bringing my houseplants from the balcony home, and also another story where I swapped a plant, a money tree, Pachira aquatica, and yeah, I didn't wash it, I didn't quarantine it, and I left to Italy. When I came back, I saw that, some leaves are damaged on my houseplants. Not only one, not only two, but here and there, on different shelves, the leaves are damaged. You can see this yellowish, brownish, but also silver spots, patches on the leaves. And the leaves were a little bit, sad, they were a little bit droopy, and I thought, okay, maybe my neighbor has overwatered it, maybe, I don't know, they didn't receive enough sunlight, whatever. But no, this is the sign of thrips. And I want to tell you upfront, if you would see some insects on your houseplants, don't get upset, don't get sad. You just need to know what type of insect it is and how to get rid of it. And I'm here to tell you how and what and why. So basically, we have this small piece of nature in our homes. We have a plant, which is a living, growing organism, and also we have soil, which has so many bacteria and everything. There is an ecosystem in the soil, right? So especially if you bring your plants at the end of the autumn, if you bring them inside, most probably you will have some insects here and there. Or if you buy a new plant from a nursery, from a greenhouse, or if you buy from a person, or if you take a piece of cutting from your relatives or friends, it's also possible that you will have a small present together with your plant, which will be an insect. But that's okay, because we just need to control them and we just need to manage them. So thrips, what is it, how it looks like, and how to spot it. And also I'm going to tell you, of course, how it grows and develops on our plants. All right, how do they look like? Well, they can be different colors, they're really tiny. It's really difficult to spot them. You basically will see them when you will see damage on your leaves, and only then you will be searching, who is it, why is the leaf damaged, and only then you will see that it's a thrips, because before that you don't really see them. They're really tiny, they can be almost transparent, they can be yellowish, basically very, very light color, and the grown ones the adults can actually be already brown, even black, and black is when you actually see them. But they can also be white. For example, their larvae, the babies of them can be really white, and you will not really notice them, because also they are hiding mostly underneath the leaves. So you need to kind of turn the leaf, look at the other side of the leaf, and then you will see them, or maybe you will still not see them. So the black ones, the adult ones, also have wings, but I've never seen them flying around. They're just moving really fast. So if you notice thrips on one of your plants, you will need to take care of all of your plants. You will need to take the same measurements, not only for this plant to save it from thrips, but you will need to do the same procedure for all of your plants, because most probably they have laid eggs there. You know why? Because they don't need the second partner, they don't need them for multiplying. An adult thrips, when they mature, they can easily just lay eggs, lay larvae whenever they want. And then you will have a disaster at home. So then the eggs, the larvae, will hatch, and then you will have for 2 weeks cute babies on your plants, but then they will be already adults, able to lay eggs again, over and over and over again. If you would like to see their life cycle, I found a very interesting video where you can really see them zoomed in, how they walk around, how they harm, how they damage the leaves, and I will put the link in the description of this video. You can watch it later. Alright, how to spot them? Well, basically you will need to always check your plants, no matter what. But if you notice, for example, this very silvery coloring, actually discolored leaves, the droopy leaves, also some yellow spots. Well, what you need to do when you spot thrips, when you see them already, when you are sure that it's thrips, well, the best would be to quarantine that plant. But if you have several plants, in one room, or if you don't have a separate room to quarantine the plants, and besides, if you see them on one plant, most probably they are already on all of the plants, and if you don't treat the other plants, you may treat this one plant, get rid of the thrips on this one plant, but then it will still multiply and get more and more trouble, bring you more trouble on other plants. So if you see on one plant, make sure you do the same to get rid of them on all plants, even though you may not see them on other plants. So number one, what you can do is to use good insects to get rid of bad insects. But this is something that not everyone can do that. It's not very accessible to everyone. Not from every country you can just buy online or in stores these good insects. For example, in case of thrips, it will be nematode. But this is of course not easy. And I know that even if you can buy them online in different countries, for some people, it's not really easy to live with the idea that, okay, you have insects at home and then you bring more insects and now your insects are crawling everywhere in your house. I know that it's not acceptable to some people, so we need to do something else. Another thing what you can do is, of course, wash your plants. Sometimes if you wash them really with this very strong stream of water from a hose, for example, the big species, the big adults, thrips, they can just be, of course, blown away with the water, but they may still have larvae everywhere on the plant, and this will not be a good solution, but this will definitely help to decrease their number. The next thing is to wash your plants with soap water and neem oil. I pour a little bit of neem oil into the water, into the soapy water, and then spray them, or bring the plants to my bathroom and really spray them well, wash them well with soapy water with neem oil. But neem oil stinks terribly, and you will need to repeat this maybe once every week for maybe a couple of months until you will see, okay, the new growth is already healthy, because most probably they start eating the very tiny leaves, very kind of thin and baby leaves, because they are easier for them to damage them. And the next step, what you can do, of course, use some biopesticides. And bio means that you will not harm the nature, you will not harm bees or butterflies or any other insects that are living also in the nature. And the nature can be, of course, our balconies as well, right? Even though we may live in the cities, but still we have many other good insects. I didn't want to, fight with them till spring, and I wanted to get rid of them as fast as possible. So I did my research and I found this. This is Careo, and this is why I decided to use this, is because it's 2-in-1. Basically, these sticks are fertilizer, but also at the same time pesticides. So basically you would need to stick these into the soil, and you just normally water your plants. And when you water, the roots will take this into the stems and into the leaves, and the next time your thrips would decide to eat your leaves, eat your plants, they will be poisoned and they will die. I'm going to try this right now, but be careful because this is poison. So if you have pets, if you have small kids at home, I would not recommend using it. Now I don't have any pets, any kids at home, so I decided, okay, just this one time I'm going to use this. I will test this, and also hopefully I will get rid of them. And plus, my plants will be also fertilized. And as you can see, these are also for scales, aphids, mealybugs, thrips, and so many more. So I'm going to try this, and if you will also decide to try this one, always take all the precautions and read carefully what's written at the back of the packages, because you will also need to know the right proportions. Okay, so for the dosage and proportions, first of all, you can use them for 3 times, and the period between these times should be 2 months, so 60 days. So now if it's December, if I use them today, the next time I can use them only in February, so not earlier, and only for 3 times maximum. So basically it will be December, February, and then April. And if you have just repotted your plants, you can use this only after 2 weeks after repotting. So basically first your plant will need to get used to the new soil, new pot, and only after 2 weeks after repotting, you can use them. So if you just repot right now your plants, don't immediately use this. Give time for your plant to get adjusted to the new soil, and only then you can use it. Alright, so let's wear some gloves and let's do the job. So let's see, so this is a small pot and let's just cut it in 2 pieces and just stick just one of them. And another one will go to another small pot. But for this one, this is pretty big pot. It's definitely more than 1 liter of soil here. So let's just put here just one. I see them sometimes on my Monstera leaves and also on my Stephanotis, my Madagascar jasmine leaves, because it's really easy to spot them there. But I'm sure they are also in some other plants as well. So I hope that this way I will not see them anymore. If you liked the video, if you learned anything new from it, you can consider subscribing, click on the bell button, like button, and of course share the video with your friends. And if you would like to learn about more plant care tips, watch this video here. Stay passionate about plants. See you next time.